friends, it's Rivki from Haolam, and I am here today in the Jerusalem Shuk, and I'm with my good friend Joel Haber. Joel is a tour guide. He is a Jewish food expert. He has a book that is going to be published within a year.
About a year, a little more maybe.
More or less. And he's an expert in the Shuk, and he knows the Bible, and he loves Israel like I love Israel. The one thing I wanted to do was to share with you a little bit about the Sheva Minim, the 7 species of Israel. And there's nobody more perfect for that than my friend Joel. So Joel, can you share with us why, first of all, they're biblically important to us in our homeland, and also culturally, like what's the deal with the 7 species in Israel today?
So the first thing, before I even talk about the 7 species, I need to discuss the fact that in Israel, we eat seasonally. Almost all of our produce is grown here, which means that what I find on the shelves here now, I may not find in another 2 months. And what I find in 4 months isn't here now, okay? And that's really the way everyone used to eat and the way everyone should eat, in my opinion. But because of that, what I want to explain is that right now we're in the middle of the 7 species season. What I mean by that? So Deuteronomy 8:8 talks about 7 species of produce by which the land of Israel is blessed. Okay? We're talking about 2 types of grains, wheat and barley. And although we're not really gonna get fresh wheat or barley right now, if you were out in the fields, this is the end of the season of those harvests. For those who know the Jewish holidays, we're in between the holidays of Shavuot or Pentecost and Sukkot or Tabernacles. Shavuot is basically marking the end of the barley harvest and the beginning of the wheat harvest. Throughout the summer, all of those grains are out in the fields, bound up and drying in the sun. And then Tabernacles, Sukkot, is when everything is brought into the granaries and is out of the fields. And so that's the end of the harvest. We're right in between those now. But there's also 5 fruits, okay? Grapes, figs, dates, pomegranates, and olives. And all of them come into season in Israel towards the end of the summer and beginning of the fall. And so I'm going to be showing you all of those, or most of those, or some of the products made from them soon. But there's one other thing I want to say about the 7 species. When the Bible tells us that the land of Israel is blessed with those 7 species, I don't think anyone who thinks about it actually thinks that those were the only 7 species of produce that were growing in the land at that time. What is it about those 7 that the Bible chose to say these are the ones by which the land of Israel is blessed? And one of the things that I came across when I was just researching stuff, just totally as a side note, is that it happens that those 7 species were the very first species in the world to become domesticated. They are the agricultural revolution. And so they represent civilization and humanity. It's what helps humanity to cease being hunter-gatherers and become a settled, civilized people. Without that, you needed to hunt and gather, and now we can settle down in towns and cities. And so this is an example of how the Bible is really a window onto human culture as well. We're at this produce store. I want to show you here, we have these beautiful fresh figs. Okay, we have different varieties, but look at this beautiful fig, okay? This is fresh. A lot of people I know in America, I remember I never saw fresh fig in America. Yeah. Actually, my grandfather used to have a fig tree, but I was a little kid then. And that was in Brooklyn. He used to have to wrap it in the winter to keep it warm. Anyway, so we have different varieties, but this is the season of figs. Now, I know that figs are not commonly eaten in America that much, but they're really delicious. Beautiful. When you cut it open, you have that beautiful inside. It looks great in a salad or cooked meat dishes. But in ancient times, usually this was one of those things that's great to dry. Like dates, they would dry these and press it into like a cake of figs, and that would last a long time. So it's kind of a staple bread almost that doesn't really spoil.
So truly, this beautiful fig is like a biblical fruit. This is something
that's why it's one of the 7 species.
Okay.
Yeah. So first of all, here we have a different variety of fig, different than the one I just showed you.
Okay.
They're taller and purpler. Okay. Different variety. But I wanted to show you here the pomegranates. So today was the first day that I saw the pomegranates in the shuk.
Yay!
I'm sure maybe they were here yesterday, the day before. But this is the season. You can see how fresh they are. They even still have the leaves on the bottom of it. Okay? This stand happens to be not a stand that people go to normally to buy fresh produce. This is a juice stand.
Okay.
But we get juice made out of a fresh pomegranate that's pressed. It's delicious. Okay? Pomegranates, of course, full of seeds. And so this has always been a symbol both in Jewish lore, as well as in other countries and cultures, of fertility.
Right.
Because the seed is what makes something grow, and this is just bursting with that. One of the other cool things about a pomegranate is that if you don't pick it, it stays on the tree. It may dry up on the tree, but it will stay there. It doesn't fall off.
Okay.
And when that happens, usually it kind of splits open. So that's also kind of a symbol of this, of abundance, is that it's like giving you, it's saying, please take the fruit. And if you don't take it, then some bird is going to come and eat it also.
I love it.
Beautiful.
And perfect in time for Rosh Hashanah.
Absolutely.
Which is
Absolutely.
So amazing.
So yeah.
So Joel, when you're cooking, how do you use pomegranate?
So, I mean, just the seeds, you know, sprinkled on top of, like, it could be over, like, brisket or chicken dishes.
Yeah.
But I also use, like, pomegranate syrup. So that's not fresh, but still, that's really good. I wouldn't take this. It's not worth my effort to squeeze the juice out of this. I'd rather buy it. But if I want the seeds, then it could be in a salad also.
I love using pomegranate seeds in a salad. I wonder how you guys like to use pomegranate seeds or juice. If you had it fresh in Israel, you'll let us know in the comments. But this is so cool. Wow. So if you don't like opening the pomegranate, here they are, all the seeds ready for you. But you know what? It's kind of meditative to open them, but aren't they beautiful?
So what we have over here is actually something that most people have never seen. Everybody knows dates, and they're like these delicious, sweet, brown, wrinkly things, right? But these are what dates really look like. These are fresh dates. This is how they grow on the tree. They're yellow, and they're actually hard. Feel that, right?
Wow, yeah.
They are still sweet, but you can't really eat them like this, okay?
That was going to be my question.
Right.
You anticipated my question.
So normally people take these, put them into a freezer overnight, and then take them back out. And just the freezing and thawing helps all of the crystals inside to soften up, and you can eat it then. They're very sweet. Or people will just take them and hang off a little bit till they dry themselves.
Okay.
But these are actual dates. You will not find them in another month. This is just right now in the shuk, and then they'll be gone.
I love it.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And it's exactly as I've seen on the trees.
Exactly.
So it's just at the
except in big bunches.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Whereas it's true that dates are available, both dried mostly, as well as the fresh ones that I showed you, the Bible, the Torah, does not talk about dates as one of the 7 species. It says honey, dvash. But it's not talking about bees honey, it's talking about this. This is what we call silan, or date honey, date syrup, okay? These are just 2 different brands of it. This, I love honey, but this flavor, I like the flavor of this more. It's almost a little bit more caramelly. I think it's actually slightly more healthy, but they're really different, really good. The one thing that you want when you get silan is you want to look for ones that say that, like this one, for example, is only 60% dates. That means they've added sugar to it. This one is pure dates with no added sugar. So you always want to look for that, but date honey is delicious and it's a great thing to use.
How do you use it, Joel, when you're cooking?
I mean, I'll just add it to different things for a little touch of sweet, but I don't eat a lot of sweet. But for example, on Rosh Hashanah, when we traditionally dip an apple in honey, I usually put the date honey and regular honey so people can choose what they want. So that's one of the things that I do with it.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
So as I said, the olives, fresh olives, are not in the shuk yet. But again, just like I was talking about with the date honey, where it says dvash, it says honey in that sentence of the Torah. Also, it doesn't say olives, it says olive oil. Olive oil, obviously, you get it, you can keep it all year. But the fact is that we have here a whole array of olive oils from different companies. Here, first of all, you see that they have 1, 2, 3 different blends, different types of olives used, okay? Sometimes we get them in these big containers so you can have enough for a year instead of having to just get like a bottle like this. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different brands, all of them made from Israeli olives, okay? You can go into the supermarket, you might also get some Italian or Greek olive oil, but here in the shuk where we're getting a really good quality stuff, this is all Israeli olive oils all along here and all different varieties and different companies. Grapes are something that you can get pretty much all year round, but until you eat a date that you get in season, fresh, you have no idea how sweet and delicious they can be. Sometimes sweet, sometimes tangy, but just so much more flavor when they're in season, and that's what we have right now. It's also why if you were to go out into the field right now, this is when they're harvesting the grapes that are going to become wine. So this year's vintage will begin in another 2-3 months or something like that after the initial pressing. But grapes in season are not like other grapes. They're awesome.
It is amazing to see how the 7 species of the land of Israel are not just something from thousands of years ago. They really are alive today. And one of the things that we love doing at Haolam is we love sharing the land of Israel with you so that you can feel like you are here with us. You can feel like you're touching the history of Israel. You can feel like you're putting your arm back to biblical times. And you know, the 7 species of the land of Israel, perfect way to do that. So one of the things that we love to do at Haolam is we find people actually utilizing the 7 species in their products, like gorgeous pomegranate serum from Shoresh Body and Soul from our friend Nicole. We also work with farmers in the Jordan Valley who are growing the most succulent, delicious dates. So you can actually receive dates that grew right here under the Israeli sunshine in the Jordan Valley, and you will literally get to taste the 7 species of the land of Israel in your home wherever you are, because we ship these beautiful boxes right to your front doorstep. Isn't that amazing? You can get so connected to Israel, to the Holy Land, every month with a beautiful box from Haolam. I think it's marvelous. It was amazing walking with Joel and learning more about the 7 species of Israel. And it absolutely blows my mind when you think about the fact that these 7 species are written about in the Bible thousands and thousands of years ago, the staple biblical food of the Holy Land that people were eating. And yet we are still eating these same foods today. They're still completely relevant in the Jewish homeland, which is, I think, amazing. Pomegranate is my favorite, which is why I'm holding it. And I'm so excited. Rosh Hashanah is around the corner. We're going to be eating pomegranates. I would love to know, do you eat pomegranates for your Rosh Hashanah? Have you eaten any of the 7 species before, either in your home or right here in the Holy Land? Let us know in the comments. And by the way, if you have a fabulous recipe for utilizing any of the 7 species, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories too. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss out on awesome Israel content. And P.S. share this video with your best friend who you would like to walk these alleyways with on your next trip to Israel. Thanks, everybody. And we send surprise boxes around the world. So we want to show people how cool is Israel, like where to come, so this will go on YouTube. Yeah. In addition to that, he is a tour. Welcome to the show. this is how it is. Okay.
אני מצטער. זה בסדר?
Better than anybody I know. זה בסדר גמור.
But anyway.
We'll have great outtakes.
זה בסדר, אפשר לעבור.
We'll have great outtakes for this. The reason I wanted to walk the show with Joel is because
אנחנו רואים. אל תדאגי.
And I am here in the Jerusalem shuk, and I am with my...
ולא אפשר לעבור.
תודה רבה.
הוא לא יכול לעבור את העגלה. אם אנחנו ליד העגלה זה בסדר.
The one thing I wanted to do.
כן, לא, עובר מצד. בסדר, אל תדאגי. לא, אנחנו רואים את הכל, תודה.